Is Putin about to win the Ukraine war by default? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the crucial insights you need to navigate these turbulent times. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin may yet achieve his goals of winning control of Ukraine and shattering NATO. Such victories would be an unmitigated disaster for the free world. They'd make Putin the political master in Europe. NATO, which has kept the peace on the continent since its creation in 1949, would be fatally undermined. Countries could no longer count on the U.S. China would take note, rubbing its eyes in disbelief that Putin's military disaster in Ukraine could turn into victory because of U.S. fecklessness. It would confirm Beijing's belief that the U.S. is in terminal decline. Such an assessment is a massive misreading of the U.S., but such a misdiagnosis can lead to catastrophic miscalculations. Believing the U.S. is in the grips of an irreversible decline, Beijing may well conclude the time has come to put an ever-tightening squeeze on Taiwan while pressuring Asian countries to loosen ties with Washington and get ready to kowtow economically to China. India can expect new Chinese moves on disputed borders. Is such an awful scenario possible? Putin thinks it is. This Monday, President Trump had a 2-hour call with Putin to try to halt the fighting in Ukraine. Previously, the president had proposed a 30-day ceasefire to try to get a peace process underway. Ukraine accepted. Putin responded by launching air attacks against Ukrainian civilian targets. During the Monday call, Putin refused to agree to a ceasefire. There'd be no negotiations unless Ukraine acquiesced to Kremlin demands in advance that would make Ukraine a vassal state. Call it surrender in advance. Previously, President Trump threatened new crippling sanctions on Russia if Putin didn't agree to the ceasefire. After the call, the president said it was up to Russia and Ukraine to negotiate on their own. He hinted the U.S. could walk away if the two parties didn't come up with a deal. This is the outcome Putin wants. The U.S. tiring of the conflict and then washing its hands of it. He's counting on Washington being oblivious to the far-reaching strategic importance of the war's outcome. Russia's game plan in Ukraine is simple and brutal. Pour ill-trained men into the meat grinder of the battlefronts and gradually gain ground against outnumbered Ukrainians who will be increasingly deprived of needed weaponry. In 3 years of war, Russia has suffered a staggering 900,000 casualties. It holds little more than 20% of Ukrainian territory. Russia has serious economic and manpower problems. New sanctions against its oil and gas exports would hit hard. Secondary sanctions could hinder China's critical purchases of Russian oil and its exports to Putin of machine tools and certain necessary computer chips. To avoid setting off serious political reactions, the Kremlin has resisted mass mobilization in urban areas. Putin's ability to continue prosecuting the war is ripe for crippling blows. Ukraine obviously has challenges, but consequential and sufficient deliveries of needed weaponry would turn the tide and give the free world a crucial, much-needed victory. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.